box.
The ground box.
The pulpit. The pulpit. Pulpit. Oh, look at Julie's got a little, like she's done this before.
She's done it. Almost like I've
Almost
done
like
this.
she's done this before. Hello.
Hey, we're live.
Oh,
did
hi.
you know that?
Oh, no, I did not. Hi, everybody.
We're live.
We're live. Thanks, Julia. Happy Wednesday.
Happy Wednesday.
I
Do you know what that means?
So when you want me to,
Okay.
I'll go drop the link.
Okay, thank you.
Okay.
Sorry.
A little chaotic today.
Yep.
A little bit of chaotic
Does that not
energy
feel
happening.
typical for 2 p.m. every other Wednesday? You know, kind of calm,
Kind of, yeah.
Get ready, and then,
Blammo.
yeah. It's
It's okay.
Wednesday,
But that we're here though.
and it's Dynamic Duo.
Dynamic duo.
So thanks for being here. We appreciate it.
Okay, so we're here to make an impression.
Yes. Is that what today's title was?
I think so.
Impressions.
Yeah.
So
What do
I'm
we
going
mean?
to do an impression of Nancy, and she'll do an impression of me. We'll spend an hour doing that. No? Oh, that's not the same. That's
So
not
you're
the
going to be
impression.
messy and I'm going to
Yeah.
be tidy?
Oh, Glenn. Well, we can make impressions of Glenn.
We
can
can
do
make
that for an
impressions.
hour.
Yes. That would be
Anyways,
awesome. All right, so
Impressions. And I actually think this was Lorene's.
it was Lorraine's
Idea.
idea.
Yeah, so thank
So
you,
we're
Lorraine.
breaking out of the box a little bit with how to make impressions on your cards. So obviously embossing folders.
Hi, everybody.
So we might throw an embossing folder technique. But
Yeah.
what else could you use? And I know Julie hinted earlier about stencils. Have you ever tried that? We're going to
Ever
show.
used your stencil as a
We're
dry
going to
emboss?
show. And then, I don't know, back in the day, I used to use I know you're probably all looking at your universal mats or that little floppy mat going, what the hell is this
The
for?
little rubber embossing
Yeah.
mat. Yeah.
We're gonna
What's
show
this
you how
for?
to use
Yeah,
that.
You're going to pull it out of your stash because I'm pretty sure everybody has one.
Yep.
Yeah. Hanging on to
Okay.
that stash.
We are
I
ready.
think we're ready to go. Not going to be able to stay. Oh, well, everybody, thanks for being here. And then come back for the replay.
That's right.
And like we said, so
Well,
this...
Kelly's getting squished in a different way.
Oh, jeez.
Sorry.
That fit in very well, though.
That did
Yeah.
fit because we're
Couple
doing
buttons.
an impression and squishing
And the
things.
squishy, yeah, gotcha.
Yeah.
So, back on track.
I think I'm funny.
We really actually encourage your suggestions or ideas for us. We look around the store, we look around the supplies. What can we, demo? What's something, old but new again or whatever. But if it's a brand, it's a technique, please let us know. Tell us in store. Drop us a comment here. Send an email to the store.
And the more ideas you
yeah.
give us, the less likely we are to do impressions of each other
Yeah.
for an hour.
That would be good.
Okay?
It's not a very good use of our time.
I don't think you'd appreciate that.
So impressions.
All right, let's
We
go.
will flip the camera and we're gonna
Show off our stuff that we did,
Yes.
wherever mine ended up.
lost this. Going back to there we are. Maybe.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay. Okay. Thank you, Julia. Yes. We always struggle with this part.
Someday they're going to come up with the
Hey,
tech
give me
for
one
us.
second just because there is a delay. Hello, everybody.
Oh, see, there you go. Somebody's at the back door.
Deliveries.
Never fails.
Our deliveries did not arrive this morning. Julia said, watch. They're all going to arrive at 2 o'clock when you guys go live because, of course, we'll be preoccupied. And this is the second delivery in about 3 minutes.
Pretty much.
Go figure.
Jennifer, I'm sorry, you might need a big shot.
Hers
Hers broke this week.
So, of course, a big shot is an option. My favorite would
Gemini.
probably- well, no, let's not go down that road.
Yeah,
right
we don't
now.
wanna
We
talk
have
about
issues with
Geminis.
Gemini because of Crafter's
Crafter's
Companion
Companion.
going under in the United States. That's a whole other issue. But the Platinum, the Spellbinder's Platinum.
My fave.
Yep.
My go-to.
Really the 90% fave. So that's definitely a recommendation. Yeah, we look great, I think, there, Julia. Thank you very much. Ooh, Kim Monroe wants to know more about archival inks.
Great
Okay,
idea.
That's a good idea.
Okay.
Or maybe all inks.
Well, we might do an ink tour
We
one
should
day.
do an ink tour because there are so many different inks and
There is a
so
lot
many
of-
uses for all those inks.
Yeah,
Inks is a great idea.
inks.
But speaking of suggestions, in 2 weeks' time, my cohort here, Nancy, will be away.
Sorry.
So Brianna is going to join me, and we are doing a demo on shaker cards.
Shake it up.
Shake it up.
Shake it up. This is the We Are Memory Makers all-in-one.
So this
Tool.
is called the Works.
Yes. So it's
All
got
in
a
one
stamping
tool.
platform. You can score, you can tab, make envelopes. There's a thing for bows and tassels and cutting. It's pretty darn amazing.
This thing's really amazing. It is a one unit does all.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It
so
even
it
has the magnets and the guides
Yeah,
and
your
the
stamp positioner,
yeah.
your envelope maker. This
Yes.
thing's awesome. So look into this one if you're needing a new tool, but I'll be using it today for the scoreboard part of it. Yes, ink would be good. Okay, so ink is a great. Nancy, I think that maybe should be our demo when you come back.
Okay.
Love the ink idea. Okay.
Ink it up. Do you have? Oh, there it is.
Okay.
Woo! Just making
Little
sure it was.
score tool there.
Yeah, I was making
Just-
sure it was there for her. I'm like,
out.
she's saying she's going to use it. I hope all the pieces are here.
Yeah, you're right. Thank you.
All right.
What have you got, Nancy? Let's
Well,
see
I
some
did a
questions.
couple things. So let me show this. So you get your Spellbinders universal stuff, and you got your words universal cutting plate system, and you get your platform base and your platform top, and then you have your two clear plates, which we all know and use.
So this don't mind our box, it's been sitting at the demo bar. But this is the universal plate system for Spellbinders. So it comes
Right.
in this box and all your pieces there with instructions on what you need for what technique.
Right.
Okay? That's what Nancy's talking about when she says universal plate system.
Right, so you get all these plates, and I'm pretty sure if you're anything like me, like I knew exactly what this plate was for, but I kind of threw it to the side. And I haven't got it out yet. And I've had mine for quite a while. So when Lorraine said making an impression, I was like, oh, the squishy foamy plate. So what I did is I just did some background. So this actually uses a die. This uses the Lazy Daisy from Lisa Horton. Then I made,
Okay? So this is a die
yeah,
and this is her cardstock. So it's not cut through, it's just made an impression.
right.
So it's multi-use for your dies to make great backgrounds.
Right. So then I did it again,
Oh, hello from Houston. Hi, Brianna.
and I made this lovely little card, which I don't know how easy it is to see. I'm actually ink that up a bit, but that used the scribbled flowers as a feature, just very subtly. And then I also did a cover plate. So if you know what a cover, this is what I would call a cover plate.
The cover plates work really well
And this is
for
that.
these techniques.
So again, it's not cut. It's just impressed on my paper. So I'll show that for sure. And then of course, like Julie, oh, and this one, this was really kind of outside the box thinking, I say, for me. This was this die. So I ran it more than once on the back. So I'll show how I did that one. I'm going to show this one.
You see, they can't hear me very well. Is my thing on?
You're good. Just a sec. Are you? There.
Sorry about that. Can you hear me better?
Heather's mic isn't working. It's not on. Okay, I'm going to unplug and replug in on the mic to see if that helps.
Okay.
You're on it.
It isn't working.
I just unplugged and replugged.
Your blue light's on, but my blue
Your
light's...
light isn't on. Just rips it off.
Sorry, everybody. Sorry, we're just checking my mic.
Oh, darn it all. Yeah, yours isn't connecting.
Sorry, hang on there.
Tell you what, I'll keep talking. For
Keep talking.
while we get Heather going. But
Just remember to hold it up close because they're having a hard time seeing it far away. Yeah.
okay. So this is this. So under normal circumstances, this would cut out all these pieces. But if you just kind of want an impression of this, you can run it through with the squishy mat.
I love this. This is so easy and a great way to just get multi-purpose out of your dies.
Right.
And your stencils.
Right. Should we pass my mic back and forth like an interview?
Old school.
Yeah.
Julia, our tech team, is working on it here, so we're hoping to get it fixed
Our
up.
tech team is in Texas.
Yeah, actually, our
Yeah,
tech.
she's saying, telling us Heather's mic isn't
there.
working. Oh, did it come back? Yummy.
Okay, Brianna, can you, as soon as Heather talks, can you let us know? Now both
Oh,
blue lights
okay.
on.
Could we angle the camera just a smidge this way?
Like that?
Okay, sorry everybody. Thank you so much for your patience.
Oh,
Yes, I
when Brianna's
know.
not here, things rapidly fall apart.
Oh, she's missed.
Always.
Okay, that looks great.
That's awesome sauce.
Yep.
Okay.
Okay, thank you. Thank you for your patience.
Okay,
We
so
are
I've
here,
got some things
and
to
we
show.
are loud and clear.
And this
Right?
was another thing. I'm not sure how well this is going to show on the camera, particularly. But I actually used this, Julia's hand,
Yeah.
this nested postage die. So instead of having it cut out, I left it as an impression around the outside.
So it makes this really subtle but very cool border on the cardstock panel.
Right?
Love it.
And Melanie says she always forgets about her squishy mat. Exactly.
We all do.
You're not alone. So this
Yes.
is great inspiration for all. Okay, so I have a few things to show. What are you going to talk about today?
Okay, so the other way to make an impression on your cardstock, that's better, both view and sound. Awesome. Thank you, Dana. Okay, is to use your scoreboard. So for this, I am using the Works. So this is the tool we just talked about. So anybody who's joining, it is this tool. Okay, so the Works from We Are Memory Keepers. I am not using it to cut today though. I'm just going to show you your scoreboard. So many of you may have a small scoreboard. You might have the large Score Pal. The Spellbinder's large scoring tool is awesome too. But to get good use out of this, it's not just for scoring, you know, the crease to fold your cards. It's also a way, actually I'll show you an example first and then I'll show you how to do it. So this is a really cute card, I will say that. Okay, so this is one of the quirky boys from Simply Stated, but, and this is a fun background, yes, but what I've done to this card, when you want just something more than just a plain card base.
A little bit of texture.
You can see a little bit of texture there. Can you see that? I know it's going to be really hard to see it on camera. So there's a bit of line there, but when I open it, maybe you can get a better idea. So these lines, these are score lines, just created with my scoreboard. It's just, I like that little bit of something.
Yeah.
Little bit of dimension, little bit of something on there. So there's one there, okay? Make sure on gray. Here's one here I've done on kind of a craft colored cardstock. Do you see that impression there? So it's been scored one way, and then it was scored the other way. And the cool thing about this is you can have it either with the impression up or down.
Bossed or debossed?
Embossed or debossed. Thank you very much for the words, Nancy. Okay, so whatever you prefer. But it's just a nice way, so rather than just a super plain piece of paper,
It's
cardstock.
actually showing up better than I would have thought on
Oh,
camera.
good.
Yeah.
You can use your score tool, whatever score tool that you have. Okay? Here's one on green. And now, you don't want to push too hard, of course, because you don't want it to rip your cardstock, but it will always depend on the thickness of your cardstock.
Right.
So that's a trial and error thing as well. Okay? You can see it there. Okay, good. Okay, so I'm just going to take a piece. I've got,
Did we
No.
mix you up?
let me use green. I think it might show better on the green. So it's simply a matter of, oh, Glenn, stop chatting with her there. Okay, so whichever way you want to do it, when I do score lines in it, I like to keep it pretty random, but I just keep a firm grip on my cardstock. I'm actually just going to butt it up against the end here and just take the score tool and just make some random lines. So I've got this time I've got some horizontal lines, and I'm just going to go at different widths, putting it through there, easy peasy. So you could just do the bottom, I could do the whole card, right? So it just adds a little bit of texture to your cardstock.
Awesome.
Okay, oh, maybe I want to go diagonally. Sure. Do it. Do something
Sweet.
different. Maybe I want to do some more. Different direction. So this would be a neat way too to do like almost a buffalo plaid, you know, effect. Like an argyle look. Anything. It's just a impression that you are placing on your cardstock with your score tool. Okay?
I love it.
this.
I love
I
it.
like this.
So simple.
I like to do this a lot when I do like a white on white monochromatic card. I really like to use a white card panel on a white card base, and then whatever I'm using for my die cuts or my sentiments or stamping, they really pop out against that. So I'll do that a lot if I'm using like a white panel on a white card base, is just even some simple scoring, just add that bit of dimension.
Super.
Okay, so another, just a really great way to use your score tool, so it's not just for scoring your card bases.
All right.
Boom, done.
Okay, I'll
do you
show
got, Nancy?
squishy mat now.
Okay, so you don't need this.
No, I just need
You need the machine.
the big shot.
Okay.
All right. So here's our happy big shot. So, for your machine, especially if it came with this, it should have the instructions for online or with your machine for the sandwich you need. For the universal cutting plate, I'm just going to put this here. Cutting system, I've got my A platform base. I'm going to put my B platform top, and it's actually right here. This is the one you need to look at. So A platform base, B platform top, cut. This one I didn't think was as clear. Just cut paper and cutting die, cut side up. I was like, what? Where do I put the paper? I'm going to show you. Then you put your embossing mat, which is your squishy mat, and then your adapter plate. Okay.
Which is your gray mat there.
Correct.
Your gray plate.
So, what do they mean? So, if I wanted to make this card with all these cool bubbles,
Impressions, yeah.
then I would take this die,
That's a super fun die, by the way.
right?
Can we get some thumbs up? Who out there has tried using their dies for dry embossing? Have we done this before, ladies?
Okay.
Or peoples?
So what I happen to know is it needs to be, you're going to put your dies on.
So
right
cut
on.
side up.
Yep.
Yep. Oh, I see thumbs up. So people have done this. That's great. That's great. This is an old technique, but we don't revisit these older techniques a lot either.
Well, the other thing is bringing a new product to old techniques.
Yep.
Like this was.
So now you can do this too. You can use your better press plates and your foil plates to make impressions as well.
Right.
And so every machine's a little bit different. Your plate system might be different. So it's also a bit of trial and error in terms of what kind of a shim system
Right.
You might need to.
So
So
I'm
just
just-
keep that in mind.
I'm trying to make a nice random background. This is bigger than my piece of paper, right? See, it's going to be. What I could do is actually just put a nice big strip and then cut it up
it
too,
down.
right? So there's
Yeah.
no big deal. But I am going to do is I'm going to kind of so I don't spray heather down. I'm going to take my mister and I'm just going to mist my cardstock.
So we suggest, and it is suggested if you watch any videos on this topic on YouTube,
And the mister's still going.
and the mister's still going, is to mist your cardstock because it actually helps to kind of break up and loosen those fibers in the paper.
A lot less cracking and
Yes,
cutting.
less cracking. You get deeper impressions.
Yeah. Right.
It
so
is
then I'm going to
recommended.
put my squishy mat down.
Oh, Jennifer's tried this. Kathy has them if
And
she
then my
wants
adapter
to.
plate.
Joanne.
all of this will go
This is
through.
great. So now we're using a big shot.
Correct. Which is interchangeable with the universal system,
Yes. So the plates fit both.
she says and hopes.
Well, we're on camera, so you know
Yeah.
things happen.
And there it is. Just an impression of all those die cuts.
We just have
A
scrap
little bit of
cardstock
smooch.
on there.
Yeah.
So
There
there,
you go.
just an impression.
Yeah. So, I mean, this opens up your opportunities. I mean, like I said, I used this daisy die, did the same thing. I just put the daisies all over and ended up with this daisy background. And then I was like, oh, well, playing on that, what about these scribbled flowers?
Dies
from-
are cut side up. Yes, they are.
Yeah, they are.
They are.
Yeah. So what this squishy mat is doing, if you think about it, is it's kind of muting the cut.
Yes.
So it's making it so that it'll be
So
squished.
just pay attention to your sandwich, which is what this is called. Instructions and your machine, so you're doing it the right way, so you're not cutting into your squishy. Actually, which I have done in the 90s when I first tried this.
yes,
So,
of course.
So just really pay attention to it because it's a different train your brain concept, right, as compared to how we die cut.
Right.
So, but it totally works. And now because when I do this too, because I've also misted my cardstock, I'll actually lay this under something heavy to dry so that it continues to just go back
Right.
and dry flat.
Right. So, I mean, I could even use like this, these scribbled flowers like I did, and just have like a simple silhouette. Now, I know that might not be showing super well on camera, but I could always even just kind of go do a light inking over top of that.
I'll show a quick example.
Oh, perfect.
So this is a new happy birthday die we just recently got from Waffle Flower.
Waffle
So
Flower.
I did an impression with it on this cardstock, and it was just, obviously it's white cardstock. So lightly with one of my sponge daubers and an oxide ink, I went over it. So then I'm just going to be able to die cut that out.
Sweet.
So that is really cool. So you can see the impression, but it's
Yeah.
not die cut.
So
It's
even
just
your
an
nesting
impression.
dies, like I could add another, let's do it.
Let's just do it.
So I actually cut this with my trimmer around the impression that I made with my nested posters. But let's just say I wanted to do something, oh, of course it's going to fight me a little bit.
Inside.
Yeah. Something inside. I can even kind of
Magic.
line
Julie,
it up.
it's magic. It is magic.
Line it up.
So this is the Spellbinder's Best Ever craft tape.
Yeah. Just going to take a smidgy.
If you ask yourself if you need it, the answer is yes.
Okay. So I'm going to get my sandwich the same
So
way.
watch Nancy do the sandwich again.
So
your
A, B,
B.
product,
So die up
die up, paper down.
onto paper.
Yep. Oh,
Nope.
almost
Oh.
screwed up. Oh my gosh. Chaos is happening.
So A, B, die, cut side up onto the cardstock.
Da-da-da. Squishy mat.
Squishy
Be more squishy.
and D plate.
Done. Oh, and you know what else?
What do you need?
I'm not going to do it. I'm going to try it without the mist. and
Okay,
see
so
how
we
it
didn't
goes.
miss this one, but should be enough pressure, and it just might not be as deep of an impression. Great
The
craft
dies
tape.
do not cut the squishy mat. I don't know. It's science. Science.
Science. Let you do the reveal, Nancy.
Dun, dun, dun. See?
Magic.
Now I've got this beautiful silhouette of the postage stamp nesting dies. So, I mean, I have created like arches and ovals and things like that around things just on the background. Then I could still mount something in there, but it's kind of framed, right?
Or even if you use the actual dies now and cut out a frame
Right.
with the die, right?
And just, the next smaller
Or
down.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Smaller, like the next size up or down. So
Yeah,
cool.
Right?
Yeah, so I didn't provide any samples with my background dies, but this is actually I really love it with my background dies.
Here's one I did the background with that Maud Bloom from Waffle Flower. This is one of our latest. So I did the impression, then I inked over it.
Lovely.
So that's what that would look like. So obviously a little bit more ink gets into the crevices.
grooves,
Yeah.
In there. All right.
All right.
So,
I have another demo. Do you have another demo?
well, now we want to talk about impressions with stencils.
We kind of do. And
Okay.
I could actually do 2 demos with the draw impressions.
Okay, we'll do one with stencil, and then I'll do one with stencil.
Okay. So.
Awesomeness,
super
yes.
straightforward.
So long as the people stick with us, we'll stick here for a little bit. Right?
Okay, wait a minute.
Well,
I'm rethinking how I did this. I used the
Are you going to use the
The
stencil?
clear plate.
Yes.
Yes.
No,
yes.
you need the clear plate with
Yes,
this too.
okay,
I just
so
read.
this, I'm treating this exactly how I would treat a die. Okay, so
you
this.
still need squishy.
Do you need? No, you don't.
Yeah.
Okay, you show me.
Okay. Okay, let me try mine.
You try it.
Okay, A,
Sorry.
B. I almost feel like this is where the math comes in, and you're like, oh, don't make me math, but okay.
Right.
That's the embossing folder. That's the stencil.
I did
Okay.
a bunch last night, by the way. It's not like this is new.
Okay, so I'm going to use this stencil. So this is the Quatrefoil, one
Okay.
of the new ones from the Arden Creative Studio.
Nice.
Shauna says, keep going. Let's just keep going.
We will.
The people have spoken.
Keep trying.
Okay, I'm using, I can feel this is 100-pound cardstock. I'm going to mist it off camera so I don't miss Nancy and Julia's iPad. Okay, stencil, cardstock, squishy, and I'm going to try it with this. I think this is the way I did do it, so let's just see. Actually, okay, I just did it. I mean, I just did
I
it.
just did it last night, and suddenly now that we're on,
Run it
camera.
through, wet side down. Honestly, some people wet both sides of the cardstock, but I did wet side down into the stencil.
what'd you get? What'd you get?
What'd I get? Peeling back. Yeah, peeling back the stencil. Oh, well, it's wet, so you can't really see it. But see how the impression of the stencil is now in my cardstock.
Yeah.
Okay,
So I think there's two ways to do this.
so I should maybe add a shim.
Okay, so I'll show you what I did, and I think it works both ways.
Okay, you give it a whirl, because I've
Okay.
got more to show too.
Okay, so I got a
So-
stencil. This is the Paper Rose Tracy Scott. Don't remember the number because I cut it off. Sorry. So I did it.
So many techniques to remember. Yes, Sandra, that's why you can watch it again or follow us on YouTube, and all the demos are there. Which one do you want?
Didn't we have two of these?
Oh, I can grab you one.
Okay. So I put just like a die cut. God, this thing sprays forever.
What if you're using extra thick stencil? Yeah, you might have to change the sandwich for sure. That's why we say to people, like, play with it, test it, because all the machines are different. You know, there's different widths of embossing folders. There's thicker stencils. So
Even between machines, sometimes
Yes.
you get differences.
because somebody will
Like,
say,
you know,
well, I used the sandwich, it said. And I said, yeah, but if you're
see?
using a 3D embossing folder, it'll be totally different.
So there's a couple of things that I'm just going to mention. This happened to me last night too. If your stencil is dirty,
Haha.
it will pick up. Okay. The other thing is I did this. Obviously, Heather used the squishy and the adapter plate. I think her impression was a little deeper.
And you just use a clear
I
plate.
just used the clear plate. So I guess it depends on what look you're going for.
Yep.
Really?
Really?
Yeah.
Yep. Okay, I'm going to try it again. So I'm going to use and shim it. I always have like a scrap piece of cardstock handy too,
Yeah.
because sometimes it just needs that shim.
The
There are
universal
little
system
shims
has
in here.
shims. So sorry, I
Yeah.
just all over
No.
you.
Okay, so I'm going to miss this. I'm going to use a different stencil this time. On this gray piece of cardstock here, I use this stencil right here.
Yeah.
This is Dilutions Retrogrid Small.
Love it.
So it turned out really good. I will let everybody know that last night when I was working with, getting ready for the demo, I wasn't using a big shot. I have a Gemini Junior, so I have an electronic machine. So of course it's a little different. So when I walk in here and it's like, oh, what sandwich do I use? It's because that's not the machine I used, right? So every machine can do this. It's just a matter of what sandwich system you need for it.
Right? Which is again where we're saying
Well,
you might
trial and
have to-
error.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm going to wet the cardstock. Woo. Does that get you, Nancy?
Not this time.
Okay. It's pretty wet. Put it down on there. I'm going to use squishy.
Will you be my squishy?
You be my squishy. I'm going to put a piece of cardstock in as a
We're
shim.
going to shimmer up.
And then I'm going to use the adapter plate D. Okay?
The pressure is stronger on the Junior.
Yes, Mari, it's totally stronger. So I was having zero problems with it. I just didn't really want to demo with the Gemini Junior because there's going to be a supply issue, right? With the Junior and all the pieces. Okay, so it's wet. It's really hard to show you. It's a little bit easier here. So it works. Your stencils totally work for impressions.
The huge advantage I love.
You see that?
Yeah. So you're not, by going into the squishy, which you use for impressions, you're not going to pick up anything off your plate.
Yes.
That it's going to be
right. So
random.
if you're just using like your stencil, like you say, if
Yeah,
it's dirty, it's going to come off on
Right.
there. So that's why it's good to have your squishy one on top of it.
Tammy's asking, do we always wet the cardstock? I'm getting into the habit of anytime I put a piece of paper through my, well, except for die cutting, but anytime I'm going to do any embossing or impressing, I do moisten the paper because I just find it just that little bit better.
Yeah. I am hit or miss, but mostly because I forget sometimes.
Well, that's how that happens, right? I'm just saying I'm trying to get
But I
in the
don't
habit.
soak it either. I've watched some videos where they like wet
Well-
it, they spray both sides, and then they push it in with their hands. So you get a really great depth of impression when you do that. It's just not my jam. I generally just miss the one side,
Yeah.
go through. Because then it doesn't take as long to dry either, right?
Hey, Mari, we love the Junior. Don't worry about
Yes.
it. We hope somebody picks that up.
Yes, yeah, we don't want to see the Gemini Junior, Gemini Machine Go.
No. We
Okay.
love our, it's just something to be
Do you
aware
want
of.
to do another thing with that? And then I've got an embossing folder technique to do.
Sure. Sure.
Okay.
Okay. So this one is kind of a twofer. So
Yes,
what
love
I'm
my platinum for this. Yeah, yeah. Love all the machines, right? All the machines
yes.
can do this stuff.
Right. And I guess
for
that's
sure.
That's the biggest piece of
Takeaway.
info. Yeah. So basically, I've got two pieces of cardstock. I've cut them card front size, so they're 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. So I really just need 2 strips of paper that will go through your machine. So if you have a bigger machine, you can use bigger paper. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a little booklet sandwich here. So I'm just putting a piece of the best ever craft tape over top. So now I've got this hinged together. Sorry, I just about took it all right off the camera. There we go. So that's hinging together, right? So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to put my stencil in to my sandwich. If I want to and feel like I need to, I could even tape it down. I'm not going to bother. I don't have a ton of room here. But what I am going to do is I'm going to grab my... So these are the Distress Spray stains. If you want to know a little bit more about distress sprays, I do know we have demoed this on Dynamic Duo and the difference between the spray stain and the oxide. So the way I look at the spray stains is they kind of partner with the ink, so they don't have that chalky look as the oxides.
Hold your thought, Nancy. Hang on one sec.
Oh, she's going to make me be a good girl, which is smart because I was just going to spray all over the counter.
Yeah, let's not. Because as it says, it's a spray stain, which means
It'll stain.
it'll stain. And I love my sprays. But you need to prep your surface
Yeah, yeah.
because they can get away from you.
Okay, so I've got my hinged book, papers, I've got my craft mat to protect my surface, and I'm just going to go ahead. These are brand new.
Ooh, what
And
color are we using there,
This
Nancy?
one's Kitsch Flamingo.
Kitsch Flamingo.
And now I've got fossilized amber, and I did try this with spritz. I'll show you after. I just kind of wanted to do a ooh moment.
I happen to know somebody who has a fun class coming up with sprays.
I've heard about this.
Oh, that's a fun color too.
Okay, so I'm just going to let that sit for 30 seconds. Even this doesn't bother me. We're going to just flip this. Oh,
Oh, might move a bit.
I've had it move and it's not a huge, super huge big deal. Anyway, I'm going to put this all.
Oh gosh, Nancy.
Heather's losing her mind because it's a messy thing.
It is messy because I don't want it to stain all the pieces either.
Okay.
Because it's
Should
the
see mine
demo
at
bar.
See mine at home, but it's mine.
Yeah.
I can do that.
Okay, so Nancy's just going to take some of this off. We don't want to stain the machine.
Correct.
Okay.
This is messed up. Oh, that's cool.
Oh, that is cool.
But the point is...
yes, I see what you're doing.
Yeah. Okay, so let's do it... Let's do it with the plates, because I don't want to get the squishy.
Okay. Do you need this one in there still then?
Yes.
Okay.
We're going to treat
Okay.
this like a die.
Okay. So we're just using the clear plates on this one.
Yeah. Clear plate.
Hang on, it's off the side. And we're going to run that through. Okay. Ooh, sorry, Nancy.
It's okay. So there.
Oh, hold that up close. Nancy, you talk. I'll demo.
Okay,
I'll
so that's
Vanna
got the
this.
impression on it and
The color.
the color.
And you can use both sides.
Yeah. So I'll show, I did more than one yesterday.
And when this dries, we'll be able to see it even more, too.
This one was done with the Distress Spritzes.
Pretty.
And this one.
So it's got the dimension. You can
Yeah.
see it and touch it.
Yeah. So let those dry.
That is cool.
Yeah.
That's just with a stencil.
So yeah. Fun stuff.
Nancy, very, very cool.
I know. I wasn't prepared for mess though. You're right. Thankfully I have Heather here to keep me in line because I wouldn't have. I admit it. I'd have just gone and been like, oh crap, I shouldn't have done that.
Well, I've created my own mess at home with the stains, so it's like,
Well, you'd think
Yeah.
I'd live and learn, but she's got a point.
I sometimes, right? That's where we're a good duo.
We are the best duo
Taking
ever.
care of each other over
100%.
here. Actually, I'm going to do this. I'm
Oh.
just going to flip it over. I just don't want any of that stain to come off on there.
Okay.
Okay. I'm just going to do a quick demo because we're talking about impressions. We're not officially doing a demo on the embossing folders. We have been there, done that. But I am going to do a quick one because I want to show you how I did this. So this is the Spellbinders Bold Floral Embossing Folder. I love their embossing folders. I love the size of them. They're great.
I love them.
So you could do a nice big card, a big card panel in there. They're great. So this one's really lovely. You know what we forgot to tell the people? We do have a Dynamic Duo demo deal.
Whoops.
25% off stencils.
Stencils.
Yeah, we were just so excited to demo, we forgot to mention the deal. We are the best. Thank you so much. So 25% off stencils in-store and online today and tomorrow. Okay. Okay, let's see if you can see this. So you see that subtle impression there. I hope you can see that.
I think they can.
So that is using that Spellbinders Bold Floral Embossing Folder and one of the Lisa Horton metallic inks. You can see it better in person. That's always the way.
That's always the way.
So what a cute card front. And I pulled out some pieces because I'm going to assemble it and then I'll post it in the inspiration group. I made a quick frame with some layering rectangle dies. I happen to have some Simply Stated ephemera. And because I recently purchased, oh shoot, I have to go grab the package.
Simply Stated.
You know, these ones, the Art by Marlene. I think
Okay.
there's one tin left.
Oh, I don't know. I think Barb might have bought it this morning.
No, I see one on there. She
You see
did.
it?
These little,
Got it.
yes, Art by Marlene has these little tins with these super cute images in there.
amazing.
So the Paper Elements collector box, it is chock full of these fun images. So I thought it'd be great for cards, great for the art journal. Anyways, off on a tangent. So I had this really pretty background. I really wanted to put something on there that would still showcase the technique and a bit of the dimension. So I thought just be cute to have like, what a fun, bold birthday card. That's how simple putting a card together can be, right? I could add some bling on it, some little enamel dots, maybe a sentiment off to the side. And you can
Done.
still see that fun background. Anyways, these little images are just adorable. Adorbs.
Adorbs.
Okay, how to use your metallic ink with your embossing folder really quickly. Okay. I'm going to open it up. I have not used this color yet. Ultraviolet. Ooh. Just going to do it on white. And I'm just going to do a simple swipe method. Okay, so I'm just holding the pad down. See that shine? Ooh. Okay.
Actually, that's a stunner.
Isn't that?
That
is a stunner. Okay, I'm going to gently.
No jokes. Ooh.
Quickly. I'm just going to hold it down. Okay. People have asked about the re-inkers. Yes, we will have them as soon as they are available.
Yeah. Because as Heather and I say,
When
always
you
buy the re-inker.
I'm going to add a little more to this corner. Okay, anyways, that's a great, quick way to add color to a piece of cardstock for a background.
Yeah.
That's it. That's a
Oh,
metallic
darn, I
ink.
don't have purple shimmery cardstock.
So
Oh, look.
I can make it. Right? Okay, just going to clean that up. Takes a second for that. Okay, clean it up before I fold this up, or else that's going to end up everywhere. Okay, and let's run this through the embossing folder now. Because we're going to make an impression.
Making
These embossing
impression.
folders are huge, and I do love them.
I do too.
I'm going to throw it down in there. Boom. I'm going to use this plate. Now it says for embossing folders, this, platform top. I can get rid of this.
Sure.
It just makes everything slide too. This,
Useful, then not useful.
this, okay, embossing folder. And you know what? You can feel it too. When you go to wind it through your machine, if it feels really loose, you need a different
little
plate.
bit more.
Or
Yeah.
you need a shim.
Yeah. Should feel a little pressury.
You feel pressure, but if you've got to like really crank on it, wheel it backwards really quickly and take something out. If
Yeah.
you put too much pressure on any machine, you will break it.
Did you know I exploded my first die cutting machine?
Oh, really? From doing that?
Yes.
See, people, yeah, it happens. And I've had, people say,
mean,
well,
it
I
was
did it
older.
according to the instructions. It's like, yeah, but the instructions are based on a specific embossing folder, a specific brand of dies.
And we don't know how tight they ran their
Exactly.
machinery and all those things.
Are the metallic inks of hers water reactive? I would say yes, because they are pigment based. I honestly just haven't worked with them with water.
Pigment is not water reactive.
Yeah, pigment is, because the oxides are pigment reactive.
Good point. We're gonna have to find out.
Yeah, I haven't played with them a ton yet. So there you go, embossing folder on the background.
Sweet.
And my cardstock was a little bit damp still because I had used that ink pad. So I didn't mist it, but I could have misted it to get a really deep impression.
No,
Actually,
but it
just
should have
run
done
this
it.
through really quick. I'm going to take a 100-pound piece of cardstock. I'm going to mist it really good. And let's just see how much deeper that... how much deeper that impression from the embossing folder. Oh, I might get some purple on here now because of that ink. Yep, I'm going to get a bit of purple on there because I didn't wipe it off. But
Oopsies.
that's okay.
We're going with it.
Yeah, we're going with it. This one, right? This one. I feel like I'm missing one. Maybe not. This one. So I sprayed it pretty good with water, so I should get a pretty deep impression with my embossing folder. Thank you.
Oh wow. Yeah.
Yeah, that's nice. So that was misted pretty good with water, and that's 100-pound cardstock.
Yeah. It just makes it more pliable.
It does. Like we said, it breaks those fibers, right? So
Yeah.
that it wants to be able to bend and move for you without cracking.
Don't worry, everything's okay. If you heard that big bang, we're all right.
Flick some water on here. Where's
Oh,
my spray bottle,
I
Nancy?
put it away on you, Heather.
Okay.
I was trying to be tidy.
I don't want to spray it because these sprayers are a little uncontrollable. Yep, water reactive.
It is very much so.
You can
water
see
reactor.
it.
Yep.
Question asked and question answered.
Yay! I'm always glad when we can do that.
Right? I'm going to tap this off actually too.
So
I figured it
what
would
I
be
was
because it's
thinking was a pure
pigment-based.
pigment ink, though. Once it's dry, it's
Once
not.
it's, well,
But then they're coming up with these pigment blends,
yeah,
which break that.
yeah,
So this is what we're talking about. Yes, it's water reactive.
it's very much so. Yeah.
Oh yeah, very much so. It looks really good too.
Fun. All right, so let's summarize. Impressions with
A dye.
dyes.
Impressions with cover plates.
Impressions with cover plates. This one will be really pretty when you go over it with some ink there, Nancy.
I know. And
Yeah.
impressions with stencils.
Impressions with stencils.
Add a little bit of ink on that one.
Yep. 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 So impressions with obviously embossing folders. Impressions with stencils. So that's just on gray. No one's
Charlie,
pouring.
no, those spritzers just. We talked about the wet zone out here, because
Yeah, they have a continuous spray on those
which
ones.
is cool if you know how to use it. Then remember.
Yeah, and plenty of times we've had people standing in front of us while we demo, and we use that sprayer to spray, and we end up spraying the
Spraying the
studio
crowd.
audience. It's
Yep.
actually kind of funny. We've sprayed each other with those sprayers.
Oops.
An impression with your scoring tool, with stencils again, with dyes, added some ink on top.
So
Stencil.
we really made an impression today.
And we
didn't
made an impression, and then just some more with your score tool.
Heather, Tammy's asking, do you know how many colors of ink for the Lisa Horton Metallics? There's at least 10, isn't there?
I want to say 10, but I could be wrong. If you go to our online store, they will all be listed there, actually.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
it's more than 6
Yep. Oh, definitely.
and less than 12. But I could be wrong on that too.
Yeah. So, good times, impressions. Hopefully, we have made an impression.
Did we?
that
And
you
don't
enjoyed
forget-
this. Don't forget the previous Dynamic Duo demos are uploaded onto our YouTube channel, so be sure to follow us there.
Right.
We're really striving to hit 1,000 subscribers, so we're working on it.
Yes, come join us.
Come join
Lots
us
of
over
great
there.
education and info there.
You know,
and getting better and better
right.
as we go.
Yeah, lots of good content, free to you. And of course, join our paper and ink inspiration group on the Facebook page.
And our demo deal?
Our demo deal, 25% off stencils in-store and online. On the online store, you will see them under demo deals. And come back in 2 weeks where Brianna and I will be working with shaker cards.
Yeah, I think I'll go to Mexico.
Bye everybody.